What if the secret to lasting peace and liberation wasn't found in wealth, achievements, or even religion, but in a single, profound truth hidden within you? For centuries, enlightened masters have pointed to self-inquiry as the key to ultimate freedom, and few have explained it as clearly as Annamalai Swami in Living by the Words of Bhagavan. Welcome to Truthfully Free, a channel dedicated to exploring timeless spiritual wisdom, self-realization, and the teachings of enlightened beings. Here we dive deep into the insights of sages, philosophers, and mystics to uncover the truths that set us free, not just in theory, but in lived experience. Today, we turn our attention to one of the most powerful books on Advaita Vedanta and direct path teachings, Living by the Words of Bhagavan by Annamalai Swami. A devoted disciple of Sri Ramana Maharshi, Annamalai Swami spent years in close proximity to the sage, absorbing his teachings and later sharing them with seekers. His book is not just a collection of spiritual advice, but a practical manual for those yearning for liberation. In this video, we'll explore the key teachings of living by the words of Bhagavan, unpacking its wisdom on self-inquiry, surrender, the nature of the mind, and the direct path to realizing the self. Key teachings of living by the words of Bhagavan. 1. The primacy of self-inquiry. Who am I? At the heart of Annamalai Swami's teachings and those of Sri Ramana Maharshi is the practice of self-inquiry, Atma Vichara. The fundamental question, who am I, is not an intellectual exercise, but a direct method to peel away false identities and realize the true self. Annamalai Swami emphasizes that all suffering arises from misidentification, believing we are the body, mind, or emotions, rather than the unchanging awareness behind them. By repeatedly turning attention inward and asking, who is aware of these thoughts? The mind's grip loosens, revealing the silent, boundless consciousness beneath. The I that rises as I am the body is the source of all trouble. If you trace this I back to its source, it will disappear, and only the real I will remain. This practice isn't about finding an answer in words, but in being the awareness that remains when all thoughts subside. 2. Surrender, letting go of the ego's control. While self-inquiry is the direct path, Annamalai Swami also highlights surrender as an equally powerful means to liberation. True surrender isn't passive resignation, but an active letting go of the ego's demands, releasing attachment to desires, fears, and the illusion of control. He explains that surrender means trusting the higher power, whether you call it God, Bhagavan, or the self, to guide your life. Accepting whatever happens without resistance, knowing it is part of a greater unfolding, offering all actions and their results to the divine, freeing yourself from personal doorship. If you completely surrender all your burdens to Bhagavan, you will have no more worries. He will take care of everything. This teaching is especially helpful for those who struggle with constant mental agitation. Surrender brings deep peace by dissolving the illusion of being the doer. 3. The mind is the only problem, and its dissolution is the solution. A recurring theme in Annamalai Swami's teachings is that the mind itself is the root of suffering. The mind creates desires, fears, and endless stories, obscuring the ever-present peace of the self. However, he clarifies that trying to fight the mind is futile. Awareness alone dissolves it. Instead of suppressing thoughts, we must observe them without attachment. Recognize that they are fleeting appearances in consciousness. Return to the sense of I am beyond all mental activity. 4. The importance of silence and stillness. Annamalai Swami frequently points to silence, mauna, as the natural state of the self. While words and teachings can point the way, true realization comes in the space beyond thought. Sri Ramana Maharshi often taught through silence, And Annamalai Swami echoes this by saying, external silence, minimizing unnecessary speech, helps turn attention inward. Inner silence, mental stillness, is the doorway to the self. The deepest truths cannot be spoken, they must be directly experienced. Silence is the highest teaching. Words are just signposts. The real truth is beyond them. This is why many seekers who spent time in Ramana Maharshi's presence felt profound peace. His silence transmitted the pure awareness he embodied. 5. Living in the world without being of it. A practical challenge for spiritual seekers is integrating realization into daily life. Annamalai Swami assures that enlightenment isn't about withdrawing from the world, but seeing it as it truly is. A play of consciousness. He advises, perform duties without personal attachment. See all beings as manifestations of the same self. Remain undisturbed by pleasure or pain, knowing they are temporary. The realized person acts in the world like everyone else, but inside there is no identification with actions or results. This is the essence of living by the words of Bhagavan, not just studying teachings, but embodying them in every moment. 6. The Guru's role, pointing you back to yourself. Annamalai Swami stresses that while the Guru, like Ramana Maharshi, is essential for guidance, the true Guru is the self. The outer Guru's purpose is to direct attention inward, where the inner Guru, pure awareness, already resides. He warns against dependency, saying, the Guru doesn't grant realization. They help remove ignorance. Blind faith is useless without self-effort. Sardhana. Ultimately, you must discover the truth for yourself. Bhagavan's grace is always there, but you must make the effort to turn within. 7. The illusion of time and the eternal now. Many seekers get caught in the idea that enlightenment is a future goal. Annamalai Swami shatters this illusion, stating that the self is always here and now. Past and future are mental constructs. Only the present exists. Seeking implies you are separate from what you seek, but you are already free. Realization is not an achievement, but a recognition of what always was. Why wait for realization? You are already the self. Only the false idea that you are not keeps you bound. This radical immediacy is a hallmark of Sri Ramana's teachings. Liberation is not distant, but instantly accessible when false identifications drop. Let's take the wisdom of Annamalai Swami and turn it into real practices you can use right now. No philosophy, just freedom. Let's dive in. 1. Self-inquiry, the 60-second freedom switch. Annamalai Swami's core tool was self-inquiry. Here's how to actually do it. Pause whatever you're doing. Ask aloud, who is aware of my thoughts right now? Don't answer. Feel the space behind the question. Do this for 60 seconds today. That silent gap, that's you beyond the mind. 2. Surrender, the not mine technique. Stressed? Annamalai Swami would say, tag every thought like a spam email. Here's how. When worry arises, whisper, this isn't mine, it's the mind's. Imagine handing it to the universe like returning a package. Physically sigh to release tension. Try this with your next anxiety. Watch how quickly it loses power. 3. Kill the mind with kindness. Annamalai Swami said the mind is like a bad GPS, always recalculating. Here's how to mute it. Label thoughts, planning thought, fear thought. Thank your mind. Thanks for sharing, but I'm not home. Focus on bodily sensations, hands, breath, to ground yourself. Your mind isn't you. It's a chatterbox you can walk away from. 4. Silence, the 5-minute mind detox. Ramana Maharshi taught in silence because words can't carry truth. Your turn. Set a 5-minute timer. Let thoughts come and go without following them. Focus on the gaps between thoughts. That's your true self. No effort, no goal. Just be the silence. 5. Enlightened daily habits. Realization isn't about leaving life. It's waking up in it. Try Annamalai Swami's integration trick. Pick one routine activity, brushing teeth, walking. As you do it, repeat, I am not the doer. Awareness is doing this. Feel the action happening by itself. This is how you bake freedom into your day. Your mission. Pick one of these practices and try it for 24 hours. Screenshot this timestamp and comment which one you're doing. If this video resonated with you, dive deeper by reading Living by the Words of Bhagavan, and most importantly, put these teachings into practice. As Annamalai Swami reminds us, freedom is not something to be gained, it is your very nature. You only need to stop imagining you are bound. Are you ready to live truthfully free? The journey begins now. Hit subscribe for more spiritual tools. And remember, you're already free. You just forgot to notice.